Hi everybody, Patty Ann here. Hang on a sec. I don't know why, but I've been having a time doing this. I made a card for Stephanie. She's in our YouTube channel group, and she wanted to see how in the world you make one of these unicorns as a greeting card. So I thought, well, sure, I can easily show you how to do that. And here's the one I made. It's cute. And it fits perfectly in these cards, or these envelopes, I'm sorry, that I get from Staples. Of course, you could make your own envelope. But I've been having a little bit of trouble doing it. For example, here's one. Look at that. And there's another one here somewhere. This is the one I just did. I am just about ready now to give you the total instructions on how to do this properly. So follow me over to Cricut Design Space and I'll show you what I've learned. Okay, to start this project, the first thing that you'll do is you'll come to Images over here on the left, and I typed in unicorn up here, and then I just scrolled down until I came to the unicorn that I wanted, and it's this Valentine's unicorn. I clicked on it to highlight it, and then I said Insert. Okay, so there she is. She comes in just like that. So then I came over here and got a shape. I got a square because I wanted to make the shape of the greeting card. And the card is going to be, if I come up here to where it says size and I hit the unlock button, the card is going to be 8.5 inches wide by 5.5 inches high. So that's the total size of the card, and I'm going to change it to a white color by coming up here and white. All right, so she's going to fit, whoopsie, I'm going to right click on her and send her to the front. She's going to fit on top of this card, but only half of it because it's going to be folded in half. So I'm going to come over here to the Shapes tool and grab the score line. And I'm going to bring this score line over here onto the card. And I'm going to then grab both the score line and the card and say align. And I'm going to align them in the center, or just align center. Okay, that's right where I need it to be. And now I'm going to bring her over. I know I'm going to have to make her smaller. Bring her over so she'll fit on her half of the card because it's going to be folded there. Okay, I like her about that size. If any error is made, I'd rather her err to the away from the fold than towards the fold. So there she is. And then I'm going to bring in some text. And I guess I will just use this text called Babette just because it's there. So on the front of the card, it's going to say your, apostrophe R-E, like you are, your, it's a contraction, more, awesome than, dot, dot, dot. Okay, so that's what I'm going to have it say. I'm going to click off of the box, and I don't like how far apart those letters are, so I'm going to click on them to highlight them and come up here to letter spacing and just start hitting the down arrow to make them closer together. Now it doesn't matter if they're touching or not because I'm not going to have them cut. They're going to be printed on my printer. And I've noticed something here. I wanted it to say dot, 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 and there's only one dot. So I think what I have to do here in this case is I have to hit a period, space, period, space, period, space. And then my 3 dots will show up. Okay, you're more awesome than, and I need to make it a lot smaller so it will fit on here. Whoopsie, I don't want to move that. I'm going to move just the text. You're more awesome than, and once again, I want it to err on getting away from that fold, if anything. Okay, you're more awesome than. Okay, what I need to do right now in order for this to work, I've discovered, is to get this score line off of here right now, and then just come over here and highlight everything and flatten. And then I can bring the score line back over here. Oh, it went behind. So I'm going to right click on this thing and say send to back. Now I'm going to grab the score line and the card and once again come up to align and align center. You have to remove that score line first or it just won't work, and I'm not sure why. So let's look and see what we have when we, oh, one other thing I forgot to say. We must attach the score line. If I don't attach the score line here, watch what will happen. I'll have my card just fine. Here's where the score line should be, but look, it's been put on its own sheet, just willy-nilly somewhere. I don't want that. I want it to be a fold or a score line on my card. So I need to attach it there. So highlight the card and the score line. See, they're both highlighted over here in the layers panel, and say attach. So now if I go to make it, that will work perfectly. And I'm going to go to continue just to make sure things look right. Send to printer. Okay, that looks perfect. If ever yours looks like this, do you see that? How blobby those letters look and that kind of thing? You've done something wrong. Don't continue. You're wasting your ink and your paper. So if that happens and it looks like that, something's wrong. Go back and follow the steps. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do the inside of the card, and here it is here. So let me hide this one. And the first thing I do is just come over to the Shapes tool, grab a square, going to make it exactly the same size, unlock it, make it the same size as the card. So that's going to be 8.5 and 5.5, enter. And again, I'm going to change the color by coming up here, changing it to white. And I am going to put a score line in again by coming to the Shapes tool and to the score line, because that just helps me know where I can write. I'm not going to keep this score line in at all, but let's highlight both things and come up here to align center. So that lets me know what side of the card I can write on. So if you look down here for just a moment at my table, I can show you. Let's see. Here we go. So on this side is where I had my unicorn and text printed. And now the side I'm doing now is going to be, and I've already done it, so pretend like there's nothing here, this side. So look at the square on the right hand side of my screen. The blank is going to be on the left side of my paper with my unicorn face down, and then the text will be on the right side. So again, look up at Design Space. The unicorn is on the underside of this, and my inside text is going to go here. So I'm going to come over to the text tool, and I'm going to say a unicorn jumping on a rainbow. A unicorn. And then the next, I think I just spelled that wrong, did I? Yep, unicorn. C-O-R-N. Enter. Jumping on, enter, a rainbow. And I just put some capital letters in there willy-nilly. So click off of that. Here's what here's what I have. And I obviously need to make the letter spacing a lot closer together. Doesn't matter if they're touching, because these are just going to be printed with the pen or written with the pen on my machine. Rainbow. And I could change the line spacing if I want to. I'd probably start by just putting in a -2 or something like that, but you get the idea. So the next thing I would also do is I'd probably make this a lot smaller. My font size is huge if you look at it right here. So maybe I'd actually like it to be like maybe 30 at the most. That's still pretty big. And I could bring that over here. And so now the next thing that I would do is I would get rid of this score line. I don't need it. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this square. I don't really want it to cut out another square. So I'm going to come up here to cut, and I'm going to change it to score. Okay, and then I'm going to highlight everything and attach it. So let's see what that's going to look like. Again, the one part of our card looks beautiful. It's going to print this on the printer. It's going to score this on my machine as well as cut on my machine. And then the next one it's going to do is this. It's going to score here, but guess what? I'm going to trick my machine. I'm not going to put the score tool in there. So it's just going to run around there thinking it's scoring, and it won't be. And then it's going to print or write that text on here, there. But now this is very important. Notice on where this score line is, up in the upper left-hand corner. Notice it's about 1/4 of an inch away from the side and 1/4 of an inch away from the top. That's where I want to put my card that's been cut out. So if you look down here at my mat, my card is going to be about 1/4 of an inch in from the top and about 1/4 of an inch in from the side here. I'm going to put it in like that. Imagine there's nothing here yet. I'll just put this in my machine, and then what it's going to do, it's going to think it's scoring, so it's going to run around here and imagine it's scoring. No tools in there, so nothing's happening. And then it's going to start to draw, and it's going to draw in this text. This text on my screen is a lot smaller. Well, let me go back to my screen. This text on my screen is a lot smaller because I've learned that the stuff that I put on my actual card was way too big. So that's it. I hope that this makes sense and that you're able to make cards. Hey, grab some of those other unicorns. There are some cute ones coming up. Let's look real quick. I want to see, I saw like one for St. Patrick's Day. Let me look in here really quickly. Okay, like that's a witch one. I wonder if there's one for Mardi Gras. I don't even know what it would look like. That's witch again. But there are some, I know there's a St. Patrick's Day one in here. Look at the turkey one. It's cute. Oh, there's a St. Patrick's Day. What's that one? Summer flower. Okay, anyway, there's a lot of cute ones in here. So you might like to make another design. Halloween. So you can make tons of cards with these, and they're free in access. I'm not sure if they're not free if you don't have access. So I mean, I use Access a lot, and if you'd like to get Access, I have a link to it down below. It's an affiliate link. I get a little teeny tiny commission if you use my link. I really appreciate it because it helps me be able to afford to mess up all these pieces and use my ink so that you don't have to. Anyway, thank you a lot for joining me. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and share my videos, and hit that little bell on there too, so that when a new video comes up, you know about it right away. I am going to make a second one today. Someone else asked me if I could do a video on how to do the knockout with the new Cricut Design Space revamp, if I could show them again how to do the knockout. So thanks again, you guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.